The top 1% of wealth holders in the world do more than just earn money. They manage it differently. They think about money differently. In the grand scheme of things, the top 1% view money as a tool, not a goal. To them, money serves a purpose, and that purpose is to create more wealth. This might seem counterintuitive, but it's a key aspect of their mindset. They don't work for money, they make money work for them. They put their money into investments, businesses, and ventures that can generate more wealth. This is a cornerstone of how they think about money. Another important aspect of their mindset is their focus on growth and long-term planning. They don't just think about the here and now. They look at the bigger picture. They're always thinking about the future, planning for it, and making decisions that will lead to long-term wealth growth. They understand that wealth isn't built overnight, and they're patient enough to see their plans through. The top 1% are also risk takers. They don't shy away from taking calculated risks. They understand that with greater risk comes the potential for greater reward. They're not reckless though. They assess the risks, weigh them against the potential rewards, and make informed decisions. They're not afraid to fail because they know that failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. They also value education and continuous learning. They understand that knowledge is power, and they're always looking for ways to expand their horizons and learn more about the world of finance and investing. They're not content with the status quo. They're always striving for more, always looking to improve, always looking to grow. So, if you want to start walking on the path of the 1%, you need to first adapt their mindset. Start viewing money as a tool, not a goal. Focus on long-term growth and planning. Don't be afraid to take calculated risks, and always strive for knowledge and continuous learning. Remember, wealth is not just about having money. It's about how you manage it, how you grow it, and how you use it to create more wealth. So, to start walking on the path of the 1%, you need to first adapt their mindset. The super rich are not always super spenders. They know when to spend, where to spend, and most importantly, how much to spend. Let's dive into the world of smart spending versus flashy spending. Often we are led to believe that the wealthy are extravagant, but in reality, the top 1% are more likely to be frugal. They understand the true value of money and make calculated decisions on how to spend it. Imagine buying a high-end designer handbag. It's flashy, it's expensive, and it's a status symbol. But does it offer value beyond that? Probably not. Now consider investing the same amount of money into a budding business. That's smart spending. You're investing in potential growth and long-term value, not just a brand name. The 1% don't shy away from spending, but they focus on value, not price. They are willing to spend more on high-quality items that will last longer, provide more utility, or offer a better return on investment. This mindset extends to everything, from buying a car to choosing a holiday destination. Moreover, the wealthy prefer investing over spending. They understand that the money spent today could be worth much more tomorrow if invested wisely. Instead of buying the latest tech gadget, they would rather put that money into stocks, real estate, or a promising startup. They also prioritize experiences over material possessions. They understand that experiences enrich their lives, provide lasting memories, and often offer better value for money. They'd rather invest in a trip around the world, learning a new skill, or creating meaningful experiences with their loved ones. In essence, the top 1% are not just smart about making money, they are equally smart about spending it. They understand that every dollar spent is an investment, whether in their happiness, their health, or their financial future. So the next time you have some spare cash, think twice before you splurge on that designer item or the latest smartphone. Consider instead how you could invest that money for long-term benefits. Being wealthy doesn't mean being a spendthrift. It's about making smart choices. Investment is the key to wealth accumulation, and the 1%, they are masters of it. The top 1% are not just lucky lottery winners or inheritors of family fortunes. They are strategists, playing the long game in the financial field. They understand the value of investing, and more importantly, they know how to invest wisely. One of the key strategies the 1% use is diversification. They don't put all their eggs in one basket. Instead, they spread their investments across various sectors, from stocks and bonds to real estate and startups. This approach allows them to mitigate risks and take advantage of different market conditions. But diversification isn't just about spreading risks. It's also about capitalizing on opportunities. Different sectors perform differently at different times. By diversifying, the 1% ensure they always have a hand in the game, no matter which sector is leading the charge. They also focus on long-term investments. While day trading and quick flips can be appealing, the 1% understand that true wealth is built over time. They invest in assets that will appreciate in value over the years, providing them with a steady growth in wealth. But perhaps the most significant strategy of the 1% is their emphasis on passive income. This means earning money without actively working for it. Think rental income, dividends from stocks, or royalties from a book. The 1% understand that there are only 24 hours in a day, but passive income can keep rolling in, even while they sleep. It's this combination of diversified portfolios, long-term investments, and passive income that sets the 1% apart. They don't chase the next big thing or get swayed by market rumors. Instead, they stick to their strategies, patiently building their wealth one investment at a time. Investing wisely is crucial. It's not about quick money, but sustainable growth. The 1% know that wealth accumulation is a marathon, not a sprint. And with the right investment strategies, you too can join the ranks of the 1%. The rich don't rely on a single income stream, they build multiple ones. If you're serious about financial security and growth, you need to explore the concept of multiple income streams. Think of it as a safety net, a buffer against financial turbulence. It's not about getting rich overnight, but about building sustainable wealth over time. So what exactly are these multiple income streams? Well, they can take many forms, from your day job to a side hustle, from investments in stocks and bonds, to rental income from real estate properties. Each of these is a separate stream of income that contributes to your overall financial health. But here's the kicker. Not all income streams require your active involvement. Some of them are passive, meaning they generate income for you, even when you're not actively working on them. Imagine earning money while you sleep. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Take rental income, for example. Once you've invested in a property and found reliable tenants, the rent checks keep coming in every month, without you having to lift a finger. That's the power of passive income. Or consider investing in stocks and bonds. Once your money is in the market, it's working for you, earning dividends and capital gains. It's like having a team of tiny workers beelining to your bank account. But how do you start building these multiple income streams? It begins with a shift in mindset. Instead of spending every dime you earn, start setting aside a portion of your income for investments. Look for opportunities that align with your interests and skills. If you love real estate, consider buying a rental property. If you're into tech, maybe investing in tech stocks or starting a tech-related side hustle is the way to go. Remember, the goal is not to create a single, massive stream of income, but to build multiple smaller streams that collectively contribute to your financial security and growth. It's about creating a financial ecosystem where money flows in from different directions, giving you the freedom and flexibility to navigate life's ups and downs with ease. Debt isn't always a demon. It can be an ally if you know how to use it. Now that might sound counterintuitive. We often hear tales of debt spiraling out of control, causing financial ruin. But when handled correctly, debt can actually be a powerful tool. Here's the secret. The top 1% don't shy away from debt. They use it to their advantage. Think of it as a lever. When you push down on one end, the other end rises. This is how the wealthy use debt. They leverage it to elevate their financial status. So how exactly do they do this? They use debt to invest in opportunities that will generate more income in the future. For instance, they might borrow money at a low interest rate to invest in a business or real estate that is expected to yield a higher return. This strategy, known as leveraging, can magnify their earnings. But here's the catch. Leveraging is a high-risk, high-reward strategy. It requires a keen understanding of the market and careful risk management. It's not for everyone, and it's certainly not for the faint-hearted. The top 1% also understand the importance of maintaining good credit. A strong credit score can open doors to better financial opportunities. From lower interest rates on loans to better terms on credit cards, they make sure to pay their bills on time, use credit responsibly, and keep their debt levels manageable. Remember, the goal isn't to accumulate debt for the sake of it. The aim is to use debt strategically as a tool to grow wealth. The key is to borrow wisely, invest strategically, and manage debt effectively. So instead of seeing debt as a monster lurking in the shadows, the top 1% see it as a potential ally. They understand that, like fire, debt can either destroy or provide warmth and light, depending on how it's handled. Debt can be a stepping stone, not a stumbling block, if managed wisely. So don't fear debt. Instead, learn to use it to your advantage. And remember, the journey to financial freedom isn't about avoiding debt entirely, it's about using it the smart way. Earning wealth isn't enough. Protecting it is equally important. The top 1% understand this profoundly. They use a variety of systems and strategies to guard their wealth against unforeseen circumstances. One of these is insurance, a safety net that can cushion the impact of potential financial blows. From health to property, even to potential business losses, insurance can mitigate risk and protect hard-earned wealth. Asset protection is another strategy. This involves organizing one's wealth in a way that it becomes difficult for creditors to access. This could be through trusts, limited liability entities, or by holding assets in retirement accounts. Lastly, the 1% use legal structures to their advantage. They employ the expertise of financial advisors and lawyers to navigate the complex world of tax laws and regulations, ensuring their wealth is not unnecessarily eroded. In essence, these systems act as a fortress, safeguarding the wealth they've amassed from potential threats. Wealth protection is the shield that safeguards your financial future. You don't need to be a millionaire to start managing your money like one. This is the truth of financial management. The strategies we've discussed today, from adopting the mindset of the 1% to investing wisely and diversifying income streams, can be implemented by anyone, regardless of their current financial status. Start by being mindful of your spending habits. Choose smart, meaningful purchases over flashy, unnecessary ones. Invest your money, don't just save it. Look into stocks, bonds, or even real estate. Remember, wealth grows over time. Next, consider building multiple income streams. It could be a side hustle, a passive income project, or an investment. Use debt strategically, but always with caution. And lastly, protect your wealth with systems like insurance and estate planning. These might seem like big steps, but you can start small. Begin with budgeting or maybe setting aside a small amount for investments. Start today, start small, but most importantly, start. Please like and subscribe for more content like this.